Hello, my name is Paul Godshaw. I'm Chief Instructor for the Japan Karate Do Federation out of Mission Viejo, California. And I'm really excited because today we're going to take you through some footwork drills that's going to enhance your karate experience. Not only are we going to do footwork, but we're going to develop combinations from that footwork. So I hope you're warmed up because I'm ready to go. Today we're going to be concentrating on Jiu Kumite, freestyle sparring. This type of freestyle sparring will concentrate on ippon, making a full point, and sanban for a three-point type of tournaments, which you find prevalent in Shotokan, AAU, USKF, Wuko type of tournaments. We have thousands of practitioners throughout the world, and a lot of times they do not know how to use their body properly. They just punch and kick. So what we're going to do today is set up the possible types of footwork that you could use and add combinations to that type of footwork. With the help of my assistant here, Eric Larson, onegaishimasu. We're going to first of all take a look at the basic posture for kumite. So Eric, if you'd step in with your left side, please. Ice! Okay, you notice our stance here is a forward type of position with the stance about a half body, hands in a position where they can be easily moved up or down defensively. And it gives me the opportunity to use both the front hand, the rear hand, the front leg, and the rear leg for striking or kicking types of techniques. Now, where we're going to start off first of all from here, from this basic posture, is our footwork. So, Eric, if you could switch your feet, please. And the first type of footwork we want to work on is simply stepping one full stride. We want to maintain the distance. He wants to maintain a defensive distance, and I want to take advantage of by stepping forward. So as we both step, ready? Each, knee, and you notice our hands shift, always to maintain that fighting posture. San, shi, go, rok, sich, hach, ku, ju. Okay, from this type of posture now, we're going to start a combination. And our first combination we're going to use is a front kick and a jabbing punch. And I'll demonstrate slowly. Okay, front kick and jabbing punch. Likewise, he's going to do the same thing to me. Okay, and yame back. Okay, now what I'd like to have the students do is to practice this combination over and over again until they become proficient at it. Normally we would practice 5 to 10 minutes at a time, developing speed, distance, and timing. So with the help of a couple of my students, let's do a few more repetitions, and you could practice this also at home. Okay, Ali, if you come out with Eric, please. Okay, left foot forward, freestyle position. Okay, and Ali, if you'll initiate, go ahead. Now you notice they're not going too fast at the beginning. Go ahead and close distance a little bit so you can show how it's. So you know notice how his feet slide a little bit to close distance. Also, before they start the next repetition, they assume distance again for a defense so they don't get too close to each other. Defense is done through your footwork as well as the offense. Notice they try to match the footwork. And yame. Good. Are you out? Okay, from that basic type of footwork, simply stepping, we can build combinations. For example, we have a two-movement combination now, just a kick and a punch. It's quite simple to make it a little bit more lengthy. Okay, Eric, if you could help me again, please. Okay, then you go left foot forward this time, please. Straight. Okay, so this time, I'm going to go ahead and do the same combination, but I'm going to add a movement. So we're going to do the front kick and the punch, and then I'm going to add a reverse punch. And you notice I make distance again so he's not too close to me. Okay, he's going to kick me, jab, and then he slides in to make the distance. Okay, again, kick, jab, reverse punch, and he goes to me, and reverse punch. Good. Okay. Arigato. Again, Ali, if you come back in. And left foot forward position. Straight. Okay, and same way. Kick, jab, reverse punch. Go ahead. I want you to, the people as you're watching the monitor now, to observe the draw hand. Notice they pull back all the way so they rotate their hips. This gives them much more potential power if they really were to use this. By the way, all these techniques that we use are applicable in a real fighting situation. This is not just sport karate we're looking at. All these techniques should be taken into a self-defense or street situation if need be. Okay, I'd like to have you gentlemen finish off. Let's do one strong one each. Good. The next type of footwork is a shuffling. So, Eric, if you could help me again, please. Okay, and if you go left foot forward, please. Shuffling, again, we want to maintain distance. Okay, so the feet from here by shuffling are simply bringing the feet together and in. And same way, back. Okay? These type of motion people do oftentimes, just don't realize what they're doing. Okay? Now, if I take a combination very similar to the one that I did in the previous with the kick and the punch, but instead of using my rear leg, I use my front leg. I shuffle up, kick with the front leg, jab, and reverse punch. Likewise, he does the same way to me. Shuffle up, kick, jab, reverse punch. Okay, that's good. Okay, and Ali, if you come back in. Okay, left foot forward position. Jimmy. Okay, and Ali, if you'll start with the kick, front leg. Go ahead. Shuffle, kick, jab, reverse punch. Okay. And you notice that the fighters are both always adjusting for distance. They're trained to do this automatically. So although we're doing a specific type of footwork, they always want to maintain a safe distance so they never really get hit. Okay, let's do one strong each. The third type of footwork we want to look at is actually lunging the feet. And it doesn't look like you're moving very far, but it's a very deceiving move. So Eric, if you come up here, please. Okay, and we'll get in left foot forward position. Jermaine. Okay, your lunging motion is simply pushing off your back foot. Matter of fact, let's switch feet from here. Okay, so you can see my back foot. I want to push off my back foot so my distance stays about the same between my feet. When he goes backwards, he's going to push off of his front foot. Okay, so let's just do a lunge. Okay, so I'm lunging forward. If you come to me, I go the opposite way. Here's your lunging motion. Okay, now, if he doesn't expect it, see how much distance I have between myself and my opponent, I can easily lunge forward and with my front hand score to the face. Okay, likewise, if he does to me, okay, but if I move my feet, I can avoid it, okay, by lunging backwards. Okay, so lunging from here is a very important part of footwork also. Okay, let's come back up again. Again, Ollie, if you come back in. Okay, let's have you guys go ahead and get into right foot forward freestyle stance. Right? Jermaine. Okay, and Ollie, I'm going to have you lunge forward first. Go ahead, lunge. And the other way, lunge. You notice they're lunging, they're automatically using a lunge punch. Now, if your opponent didn't move, that punch would be right in the face, just like that. So the combination for this particular movement, hit right foot forward, please. Okay, from here is, let's say he blocks my front hand. Okay, so as I lunge forward, you go ahead and block it. From here, it leaves his lower body open. I can easily come underneath and reverse punch from this position. Okay, so the combination would be, I'll just go ahead and do the combination, 1, 2. Okay, jab with the front hand and reverse punch with the opposite hand. Okay, so Eric, why don't you go ahead and do that to me? Okay, 1, 2. Okay, and I go to him. Okay, 1, 2, and he goes to me. 1 and 2. Okay, good. I'll leave you step back in here. Okay, and let's do a few repetitions of that. Okay, go ahead and start right foot forward position. It's me. Okay, I'll let you start it off. Okay, 1, 2. Now, as you're practicing this at home or in the dojo, we want to make sure that you're doing the technique correctly. Don't worry about speed at the beginning, but be very conscious of your footwork and your body position. I'm always emphasizing to my students good fundamentals. And if you watch Eric and Ali, you notice they're always pulling their draw hand back. They're rotating their hips. And they always keep their hands on guard after they finish the technique. Okay, and the fourth type of technique is, I call it a skip. And what I want to do is just demonstrate this for you. The front foot normally is stable, but in this case, the front foot's actually going to slide. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of skipping on my front foot here. And what this does allows me to really close distance on my opponent, which you'll see in just a moment. Okay, watch my front foot again. I actually slide, and when I land, I come into my proper posture. This is really nice. Eric, if you could help me out, please. And we'll start left foot forward position. Okay, from this position here, I have a big opponent. I want to close the distance on him. So as he steps back, go ahead, step back. As I'm moving towards him, if I just do a step, I have much too much distance. But if I use the skip, I can really close the distance very easily by moving forward. And depending upon how much I need to do. The other thing is I can guard myself. So as I'm moving back, I can have my front hand here to push on his front hand or on his body. And I can punch him either to the body or to the face from this position here too. It's a very deceiving motion. The other thing I like about it is a lot of times people are distracted by this motion. They actually feel like I'm going to kick him. Okay, they think this motion here is going to be a kick here, but it's actually setting up the hand technique afterwards. Okay, so we call that a skipping motion. Okay, so Ali, let me have you come back in. And if we get in left foot forward position. Okay, and Ali, I'll have you start off with the skipping jab punch. Go ahead. The skipping and jab. Good. Okay. You can see how much these guys are big guys. Both Eric and Ali are well over 6 feet, and you can see how much territory they can cover with this motion. But even a smaller person who has very quick feet can take advantage of a bigger person by this skipping motion. Good. Again, notice their posture. They always keep themselves in a good position. A real simple combination we add to that is just adding one extra move to it. So Eric, if you can help me. And again, we'll start from a left foot forward position. And as I do the skipping motion and I come up here and do the first punch, okay, then I can drop under and do a second punch. It's by combination. Okay? I want you to do that slowly to me. Okay? He skips in, punch. If I have to block that, then I'm wide open for the second move right here. Okay? From here, I come in, one, come underneath for the second motion. Okay? 1 and 2. Okay, Ali, why don't you come in here and we'll do a few repetitions of that. Okay, left foot forward position. Okay, Ali, go ahead and start off. Skipping up. Kick, jab, reverse, punch. And you notice each time they adjust their stance before they start the next repetition, so they're not too close to each other. They want to make this practice realistic. Closing distance, jab, reverse punch. One more each. Big ki this time. Good. Okay, now the next phase of practice is actually taking that basic footwork and combining the footwork. For example, I can start off from my freestyle stance position, and again, I'm trying not to think about this. As you practice over hundreds and thousands of repetitions, this will come automatic to you. But we're thinking now is to be able to do 2 types of footwork in succession. Okay, so we have a step and we have a shuffle. Defensively a step and we have a shuffle from this position. A step and a shuffle, a step, and a shuffle. Okay, Eric, if you come up here, please. Hey, and we'll start left foot forward. Hey, swing. Okay, so from here, again, you don't need to worry about a lot of speed, but you notice the distance I have from him. Okay, I don't want to be in close like this. Then we're boxers. I don't want to be so far away that I can't even get close to him. My distance should be established by 2 things. Either I can take my rear leg and kick him in the stomach, or I can step in and attack. That's a good rule for most people to keep in mind for establishing their initial distance when they start their sparring technique. Okay, so we're going to do a step and a shuffle. Okay, ready? Each, we step and we shuffle, and then we return. Step and shuffle. Step and shuffle. Step and shuffle. Good. And relax back. Arigato. Okay. Okay, so now Ali, if you come back in again. Okay, and we'll start left foot forward position. Okay, Okay, now just about medium speed. Go ahead and step and shuffle, Ali. Go ahead, step and shuffle. Okay, on your own. Now, they should be able to match each other's footwork without somebody counting, almost like they're dancing. And stop right there. Go ahead, just switch your feet right there. Go ahead, switch around. Okay, let's do a few repetitions the other side. I want to make sure that when you practice, you should be equally strong on both sides of the body. We have to make sure that if we're dominant right side punching, kicking, we spend as much time on our left side to strengthen it. We'll take the basic footwork, and we're going to just do two simple techniques, the two basic punches in karate, your jab punch and your reverse punch. Okay, Eric, if you could help me out, please. Okay, left foot forward freestyle. Okay, so here's our combination. I'm going to step in, punch, and then I shuffle and do the reverse punch. Okay, and again, I make my distance, and it's his turn. He steps in, punch, shuffle, reverse punch. Okay, step, punch, shuffle, reverse punch, step, and shuffle. Okay, and you notice he's making his distance. After he counterattacks, or after he does his reverse punch, he closes back, or actually steps back so that he does not put himself in jeopardy to my counterattack. Okay, watch again. Okay, I go in, and I try to score, and then from there, I move right back out of range so he can't counterattack me. Same way he goes to me, he attacks, counterattacks, and he wants to get out, so I can't come back at him. Okay, good. Okay, Ali, if you come in. Okay, left foot forward freestyle. Go ahead. Okay, now Ali, I'm going to let you start. You step, shuffle, reverse punch. Go ahead. Also, you notice the step punch is held out there. It's not snapped back. I actually want them to use that hand as a distraction, so it forces the opponent to block it. And remember, I was talking about everything we do here can be extended into the street. Same way. Sometimes you don't have to hit somebody. You can just take your knuckles and shove it in their face, and it sets up the second punch to be a very strong, decisive technique. Good. One more each. Good. Okay, now what I want to do is take the same footwork. And it's important that you're constantly going footwork, footwork, footwork over and over again, because what happens to so many people that I see who have the potential as an athlete to do well in a competition situation is they don't move. They're immobile, and you know as well as I do, if you take a punching bag and let it hang, anybody can punch or kick it. But when that bag is moving, then it's much more difficult. It's a much more challenging situation. So we want you to be able to be light on your feet and be able to constantly be able to have different types of footwork. The next one now is going to be able to use the same footwork. Eric, if you could help me, please. Okay, left foot forward freestyle. Straight. But now instead of using hands, we're going to use our kicks. Remember the step shuffle? So here we go. I do a kick, and then I'm going to shuffle up and kick with the same leg. Likewise, he kicks me, and by shuffling, he really closes the distance on the second one. This combination, when you practice at full speed, should be like there's no gap between the first and the second. It's like it blends together. Okay, let me do a real fast one for you. So it should be a kick and then a real quick snap kick on the second one. Likewise, when he goes to me, he kicks, and then right away snaps up on the second one, because the person going back cannot adjust as well going backwards as you can going forwards. But for practice, just keep it about the speed, okay? Kick, shuffle, kick. And then he goes to me, kick, shuffle, kick. Okay? Okay, and Ali, let's do a few repetitions here so our friends at home can practice. Okay, left foot forward position. Yoi. Okay, and again, watch their hands. They're always on guard. Go ahead. It's always better to have a partner when you practice this because you can really work your distance. But I don't want to discourage you from practicing by yourself. But try to watch yourself in the mirror so you can check your own footwork. Now we're going to take the same footwork. This will be our last combination. But again, your imagination can almost take you to where you want to go. Think of back fists, round kicks, and so on that you could use with this various types of footwork. The last one we want to do is combining the four techniques, the punches and the kicks together. So this is what it looks like without a partner. Okay, we're going to kick, and then we're going to shuffle kick, and then when you land, you punch, reverse punch. Okay, it's very hard for somebody to try to defend against four different techniques, especially when they're done at full speed ahead. Okay, so let's see how it looks like here with a partner. Hey, that's me. Okay, so again, I'm doing a kick, closing distance, kick, and then jab, reverse punch, and get out of distance. Okay, he kicks, jab, punch. Now, as you get more proficient at this, your feet will automatically carry you for distance. For example, if you watch our footwork, the first time I'm going to be a little bit far away because I'm being too fundamental. Okay? Kick, jab, punch. My hands are too far away. So let me show you how to fix that. Your feet will automatically adjust by sliding. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and do the kick, jab, and then my feet slide on the last motion here to make up the distance. Eric, if you do that slowly, go ahead. See, he's going to be a little bit far away, so he has to use his feet on that last technique to close up distance. Good. Hey. Okay, and Ali, if you come on in. Okay, left foot forward, freestyle position. Okay, go ahead. I know sometimes when you're practicing these things, you're thinking about what if the other person does that and so on. We'll try to cover the counters a little bit later. Right now, I just want you to get the offensive part in. You don't want to think about too many things. It's footwork over and over again, and then developing technique. Kick, punch, punch. Okay, we are going to continue now with the footwork. Now, the next thing I want to do is combine the three types of footwork together. So we should essentially start the movement without a partner. Just simply watching yourself in the mirror, making sure you're maintaining stance. And your hands also, and your posture should always be shifting. So we have the step, and we have the shuffle, and a lunge. Okay? And we also want to practice it backwards. Stepping with my hands on guard, shuffling, hands on guard, lunging back, hands on guard. Practice in both stances. Stepping, shuffling, lunging. Stepping, shuffling, and lunging back. Okay, and I can't emphasize on how important it is for you to make this movement natural for you. Sometimes when people start this, they get a little frustrated. They make their step, and they get confused between a shuffle and a lunge. But if you can master the movement, it'll become very proficient for you in a competition or a street fighting situation. Eric, let's do this a few times together. So again, our goal is to be able to keep the same distance we initiate. Okay, so let's start left foot forward. Shimei. Okay, so we have our fighting stance that I could kick or attack him, but he adjusts to me. So we step, and we shuffle, and we lunge. Okay, and then the other way. And we step, and we shuffle, and we lunge. Okay, let's switch feet so we do the other side too. Okay, and we step, shuffle, lunge, and the other way. Step, shuffle, and lunge. And back. Right, thank you. Okay, and Ali, let me have you come on in here, and we'll get a few repetitions in here for practice. Okay, left foot forward freestyle. Shimei. Okay, and yeah, Ali, go ahead and start it out. I try to emphasize to my students, just try to be light on your feet. We want them to keep their weight a little bit more on the ball of foot. If they're flat-footed, it's very difficult to get any good movement. I tell them if you can kind of slide a piece of paper underneath your heel, then you know you have a nice light feet. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take three real simple techniques. The three simple techniques are going to be 3 punches. So I'm going to step in punch, I'm going to shuffle up, reverse punch, and then I'm going to lunge forward and punch again. Okay? Eric, let's go through that one time slowly together here. Okay, left foot forward freestyle. Shimei. Okay, so I step in punch, I shuffle up, reverse punch, and then I lunge forward for the 3rd punch. Okay, likewise, he does the same thing to me. He steps punch, shuffle, reverse punch, lunge forwards and punch. And should be able to do both sides. So let's switch our feet. Okay, stepping, punch, and shuffling, reverse punch, and lunging forward with a jab. Okay, step, reverse, and lunge back. Good. Hey, bow. Now, when you practice the movements initially, I want you to leave the hands out. You notice when I practice with Eric here, let me repeat it one more time. I actually held my punches out. Again, it's for a distraction, but also it's helping me pull my hips on my reverse punch and pull here on my final punch. As you get more advanced, then you can actually snap. You can step in, snap, 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 this type of motion here. But I really think for the person who is first being introduced to this type of movement, keep it more with a lunging type of position, and for the people who have a more extensive training, then do the snapping type of motion. Okay, let's have our 2 helpers out here again. And I'd like you guys to do it more of an extension, okay? Don't do the snapping punches. Okay, left foot forward, fighting stance position. Shimei. Okay, go ahead. Step punch, and shuffle, reverse punch, and lunge, snap punch. Okay, and the other way. Good. Okay, do it again. Good. Good. Well, if these young men have good fundamentals, can't overstress that to you. Okay, stop right there. Let's do a few repetitions from right foot forward position. Okay, go ahead. Okay, go ahead, Raleigh. Okay, we're going to do one more set of these combinations with the 3 types of footwork, but now I want to put kicks into it. And I'm trying to keep the kicks pretty fundamental for you, but again, I want to encourage you to be able to use your imagination a little bit. Think that what other types of kicks could I use? What other types of strikes could I use in this type of footwork? So we're going to start again with the step, the shuffle, and the lunge, but it's going to be a step kick, okay, shuffle kick, lunge punch. Okay, watch again. Okay, step kick, shuffle kick, and then almost same time as I'm touching here, I'm lunging forward with my final punch to this Jodan or face level attack. Okay, Eric, let's do that together here one time. Hey, left foot forward. Hi. Okay, so I do my kick and my shuffle kick, and then lunging forward on the last one. Okay, it's important you notice my feet move. Okay, I'm not just standing still and going like this. I'm watching my feet to lunge. Okay, watch Eric's feet. He steps, he shuffles, and as his foot lands, he lunges forward to close up the distance when the person tries to escape. Okay, good. Back up. About. Okay, Ali, you want to come back in? Left foot forward position. It's me. Okay, not too fast. Okay, go ahead. Kick, shuffle kick, lunge in. Good. Okay, and Eric. Notice, watch their back foot when they do the lunge. Watch how their back foot slides. That's what I think is really closing up that distance. We can take a look at the very last. We're going to combine all 4 footwork together. And one of the things that I encourage people to do is, again, mix up the combinations because it's challenging to yourself. But for the people on the tape today, let's just make it pretty simple. Okay, the 4 footwork again. We have the step, we have the shuffle, we have the lunge, and then we have a skipping motion. Okay, let's give myself a little bit more room here. Okay, we have a stepping motion, we have the shuffling motion, we have the lunging motion, and the last one, you slide on your front foot, we have the skipping motion. So what we're going to do from here is we're going to step in punch, but I want you to snap it. Okay, and your hand returns back to your posture. Okay, then we're going to shuffle up, jab with the same hand. Okay, then we're going to lunge forward, do the same hand. And then we skip up and use the opposite hand. So the first 3 techniques, we're going to use the same hand in succession. Watch again. Stepping, snap punch. Shuffling, snap punch. Last one, third one, excuse me, lunging. And the 4th one, using the left side to skip up and snap punch. So let's put it together here with Eric. Okay, left foot forward freestyle. Shimei. Okay, so he'll just respond with my movement. I step, I shuffle, I lunge, and now I finish him off with a punch at the end here. Okay? Same way he goes to me, he steps, and he shuffles, and he lunges, and then he finishes me off with the last technique. Good. Okay, back. Okay, Ollie, you want to come in here? And we'll get a little bit of footwork in. Let's do this a little bit slower so that people can follow. But just remember, doing step, shuffle, lunge, skip. The 4 basic footworks. Okay, left foot forward freestyle. Shimei. We're going to go back and do the 4 footwork without any technique yet. Ready? Step, shuffle, lunge, skip. Okay, and you notice a defensive person can't skip backwards. He just does a step to the rear. Okay, ready? Step, shuffle, lunge, skipping in. Okay, now this time as I say the 4 techniques, Ollie, I want you to do the punches for me. Ready? Step, snap, shuffle, snap, lunge, snap, skip, punch. Good. Okay, get your distance. And Eric, ready? Step, shuffle, lunge, skip. Very good. Okay, now just keep it about that speed so the people can practice at home. Go ahead and do a few repetitions back and forth. Go ahead. While they're practicing the repetitions, I want to emphasize to the people that you notice that their snapping punches are still fundamental punches. We're not all of a sudden changing our hand technique to a boxer's type of strike, but it is starting from a little different position. It's coming a little bit more from the chest or the navel, so it gives an appearance that it's a little bit shorter punch. Stepping, shuffling, lunging, skipping. Okay, let's do a few repetitions from the other side. Okay? Okay, not too fast. Go ahead. Okay. Okay, one more. About the same speed, it's fine. The next phase of footwork I want to cover is lateral movement. This essentially type of movement is a little bit more defensive. However, it's very important to practice. What I like to have people do is use the front foot as a pivot. So I'm assuming that somebody who's attacking me has a very strong attack, and I want to move at about a 90-degree angle to cut down the angle of attack. So assume somebody's coming this direction. I'm moving to my right. Each time I move to the side. And that same way I should practice both sides. Moving to my left. Notice my front foot just kind of acts as a little bit of a pivot. Okay? So if Eric could come out and help me for a second, let me show you this from different angles. Okay, so Eric, freestyle position. So as he steps in, does like a front face punch. Go ahead, face punch. I want to move at an angle. Okay, this allows me to be able to reverse punch. Okay, let's start from this corner. Go ahead, Jodan. Okay, and I move to the corner. Okay, okay, Jodan. Okay, and one more time. Hey, Jonah. Okay, now, the thing I like about this is your most prevalent attacks offensively are punching, face punch, jab punch, reverse punch. front kicking, and roundhouse kicking. These are your most prevalent forms of attacking. And by using this footwork, I always put myself out of harm's way. For example, let's take that first technique again. Okay? Okay, so we saw Jodan, but let's do it one more time, not too fast. Okay, so he goes Jodan. If I want to, I can block. I put my hand up just to deflect it, but it puts me in good position to counterattack. Okay, let's take another attack from this angle right here. Let's have him do a stomach level attack. Okay, so he moves away. I can move to this side, same way. I'm in a counter-punch position. Okay, another common attack is a front kick. So he does a front kick, same way. I move to the side and I counterattack. Okay, and the last one, like a roundhouse kick, I love this for a roundhouse kick because I'm actually moving into his body as he kicks. So as he does the kick, I'm moving completely out of the way of the kick. It goes right by me, and it puts me in great position to counter. Or, if I want to, go ahead and kick. I can even catch his leg from here and use a takedown technique to follow later on. But the main thing is the footwork, moving to cut down the angle of attack each time. Okay? So what I'd like to have you do is this. Let's have Mrs. Godshaw come out here for a second. Again, Eric, help me out here. And I think this works out real well because you can see the distinct difference in size here. Eric has easily 8 to 10 inches in height over her. So she would be at a real disadvantage by moving backwards when he attacked. So she's going to cut down the angle of attack. Let's start about a 45-degree angle this way. Okay, okay, and Eric, if you'll do a Jodan, and Mrs. Godshaw, go ahead and counter it. Go ahead. Okay, and start back again. Let's move 1/4 turn. Okay, to your right. Okay, and now do a Chudanzuki. Good. Okay, and one more 1/4 turn again. Okay, and let's do a front kick. Maigeri, go. Good. And one more time, let's do the roundhouse kick. Ready? Go. Good. Okay, let's do it one more time. Let's start right there from that angle with your right foot forward. Jodan. Good. Chudan. Good. Maigeri. Good. Mawashigeri. Very good. All right. Aibao? Very good. To do the pivots, I actually do in just the same succession I did. So you're going to have, Eric, let's do one more time. We'll do it slowly together here. Okay, we'll start at the angle right here. We'll start left foot forward position. Hey, it's me. Okay, so the main thing is I want to get out of harm's way. I want to move to my right. As he attacks Jodan, I can deflect if I want, counter punch. Okay, then we start again. Okay, again, I move to my right, Chudan. Okay, moving out of the way, counter punch. Okay. And Maigeri, moving to my side, counter punch. Okay? And one more time, Mawashigeri, moving to the inside. So you're doing the 4 attacks: face punch, stomach punch, front kick, roundhouse kick. Okay? And then you should repeat the same sequence on the left side. Okay? So let's do that again with a partner so we can practice together. Okay? So Mrs. Godshaw, if you come out again, please, with Eric. Okay? And let's start again at that corner angle here. Left foot forward, facing each other. It's me. Okay, so just like we're practicing on your own, do your 4 attacks. Eric, go ahead. Good. And let's do the same thing with the right foot forward. And Yame. Good. Okay, a little drill that might help all of you when you're doing this is as you start into your freestyle position, what I try to do is get a timing drill. So as I do my pivot, as soon as my foot hits, I'm going to do this slowly the first couple repetitions. As I hit, same time, I try reverse punch. I don't even worry about the block, because I'm just assuming that this guy's momentum is going to take me right into a good defensive position. So I move to the side. Okay? And then eventually, nice and light on your feet. Real strong technique. Try to build up as much momentum as you possibly can. Okay, so let's go back and look at the 5 different ways we've moved. Okay, we have the basic move of stepping, forward or back, shuffling, forward or back, always making sure your hands are in good posture, lunging. When you go forward, you push off of your back foot, and when you go backward, you push off of your front foot. Skipping on your front foot. Okay, skipping. And the last one is moving so that you use your front foot as a pivot to avoid your opponent's attacks. Right? Thank you very much. In conclusion, for our first tape here, I want to make sure that you understand that footwork is essential to developing good karate technique. If you continue to practice your footwork, then it's going to be able to lead you into our next series, which is going to be counter techniques, for you must be able to read the offensive movement before you can be a good defensive fighter. Thank you very much.